Good morning. It's almost noon, so I figured I would do some triage on some characters on my main account. I have this little chart that I have handy. These are the 3 builds that I'm going to be setting up on all of my characters on the main account, all 5 of them. I've fixed 3 of them so far. I need to do 2 more. So these would be like the very first entry in the perk machine. This is the second entry. This is the third entry. And here's how many points I want to distribute to them. So in order to do that and do it successfully and make it all work, I've already pre-figured this out on the first character, then applied to the second, then to the third, and all seems to be working okay. I have enough perk packs to open and enough perk points to buy in order to level all 6 main legendary cards to rank 4. That includes strength, endurance, int, agility, and luck, and then follow through, because they're all sneaky sniper builds. Later on, I'll come back through and level up taking one for the team as I, realize, I want this character to also be competent in public events or doing the raid. Like I want to boost up their melee damage, or when the Guardian goes live, if I still do it, when the Guardian goes live and does a thwack at you, that procs the taking one for the team buff, and you get 40% more damage that lasts for 10 seconds. So if you can time it right, you get hit right before you can use your auto axe to grind him down, and that should last you for a good, 9 seconds maybe, because there's some lag there. And then that buff falls off and then you do less damage, but you can still get him down fairly quickly. It's really annoying the way the fight works now because you can't grind his shield down before he comes up. So you basically have to go back to the old, stand there and wait until his shield goes down while he, bounces damage off of you all, for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, however long it takes. So the fight takes longer. It's kind of annoying, but they do what they do. So anyway, I'm going to keep this over here on the side on my second screen, and we're going to look at this. Now, what is this? These are the Nukes and Dragon builds that I set up online. So if I copy this URL and I pull up a web page here and I paste this in, we're going to see that I've built out this build, and it includes 5 cards. I left this blank because it doesn't really apply to the cards that I pick up here. It could be literally anything down here. It doesn't matter. I would normally be follow through, but it's irrelevant for picking these cards. So these are the ones that I picked. This is my max stealthy commando DPS build. Could I have done a little differently, made a little bit better? Perhaps, but I will test that as I go along and as I watch other people do testing of, is it better to choose Mr. Sandman, or is it better to choose, Gorilla or Gunslinger Expert? I don't want to go through all that testing myself because I just want to get all my characters back to sort of a baseline, right? I want them to at least have their builds, their initial post-ghoul builds, not that I'm going to become a ghoul, but post-ghoul patch builds solidified. Then I can sort of experiment and make things better over time. I'm in no hurry. This is a fairly decent overall build. It gets me back to where I was. I can still kill things very quickly, even in a public group, doing a public event. It's just fine. Even if it's 80% of what I could be, it's still just fine. So anyway, you can see the numbers here at the top. This is the numbers that you'll see in my perk machine right here. So 8, 15, 6, 4, 5, 9, and 9, right? The big numbers here, because I'm getting +5 from these 5, right? Because of the leveled up legendary perk cards. So what did I do? Once I figured this out, I copied this whole string and I created this document so I could keep track of the slots. So I would paste this in, and then there's some extra cruft that it adds at the end, which I just deleted because it's like ampersand WP equals and then nothing. ampersand n equals, this would be where the name goes. So I'm not using the name as defined on Nukes and Dragon. And I'm not using WP, whatever that is. So this is what we're left with. So I'm pasting this in here. So I have sort of a master reference file that I can use, that I can go back to. I can copy this string and paste it back into Nukes and Dragons, make whatever tweaks I want to make, and then copy it back over here, and then use the HTML file that I'm going to show you. And I don't remember where I got this, so I apologize for that. So, but at least I've copied this, right? Select it, copy. I'm just going to close this without saving. And then I have this file called Nukes and Dragons Converter, and I would love to remember where I got this. And you can probably find it online. I think I got it through Reddit. I did a search on the Fallout 76 Reddit, and people were talking about, you know, being able to copy over. There is a mod, if you go to Nexus Mods, and you look under like the most recent, like mods new recently, there is a PLM bridge, right? So if you go here, this is one way you could do it, where you can set up your perk loadout on Nukes and Dragons and then use this mod that reads your ini file, and it does all the updates for you automatically, so you don't have to go through all the extra work that I'm doing. The problem there is it doesn't account for legendary perks, so you're sort of gimped in that you have to go and keep adding those back in so that Nukes and Dragon has those +5s all the way across, or whatever it is you're at. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do it by hand, so I paste this in here. I say I want this to be slot 1, I want it to be A, DPS, and then I put a number in there for the amount of health that this build is designed for, just as a little reminder to myself. I do the conversion. You can see here's the new name. So when I go to the file in my data folder, this is the actual application folder. Here's my data folder. If you go down here to Perk Loadout Manager, I have a backup file that I made, and I go to Edit. And if I go in here and I'm just going to make a new entry here, and I paste this, you can see it's exactly the same as the one down here. This is what Perk Loadout Manager expects as far as formatting goes. It would be nice if it could ingest the formatting that Nukes and Dragon currently uses, but it can't. So you need some third-party tool, or you could do it yourself using like a spreadsheet. I've seen people post a spreadsheet where you put in all your values on the left, and then it'll do all the calculations and pump out this string. But anyway, however you get this string, what's important is that you have it. So this is my first account. This is my first character. And basically what I did was I just copied all of this all the way down to here, and I copied it into Brill's entry, which is my second character. So these are all identical. Same entries, 1 through 12. And then I just did the same thing for Patches. Then I fixed her up. I also did the same thing for Larry, but I have not logged into him yet. So he has all the same definitions, same expectations, same thing for Janice, which is my 5th character, right? So now that I've got all those pasted in to perkloadoutmanager.ini, this is the file that Perk Loadout Manager is going to open when I log into a character and when I attempt to bounce between the different keybinds that I have set up. So let's look at that real quick. And of course, I have this open so I can show you my Fallout 76 custom. I'm loading in Perk Loadout Manager, and this is just an indicator to me that it loads first. You know, it doesn't have to be renamed, but this is just so I know in my head this has to load first. So I put the capital A hyphen, and then this is the HUD version. So that's the one that shows the actual keybinds on the screen as opposed to having you remember it. I'm pretty sure either that or it might be, actually no, it might be the one that just shows the indicator. Well, we'll look at that in a moment. So whatever it is, it's the HUD version. So I'm going to close this. We're going to go back to my character, and I think I don't have to log all the way out and back in for this to work. So let's go to Larry. He's the 4th character. It's really annoying that it always puts the most recent one at the top. I wish you could just set it so that it would always be in the same order. But I know in my head that Larry is the 4th one, so I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go to my own private server. We'll take a little snack break while it's loading or building the world, so I'll be right back. By the way, the HTML file that I use that does that conversion is not called that online. That was my own, the thing I named it. This name right here is what I named it so that I would know exactly what it was. That way it's nice, long, and descriptive, and I don't have to worry about, what is this HTML file? I just know exactly what it is. I like long, descriptive names for things usually. Okay, so this is where I left this character because they bought gold bullion yesterday. I'm going to create a new group, which is the first thing you should do when you log in. Either join or create a group. That way you get the benefits of being in a group. I'm going to go back to my camp because I have a perk machine there. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my rifle build and fix that. I have to put in these numbers in the machine, so sort of keep those in your mind. I'm not going to show it on the screen because it's going to be obstructed when I switch back to the game. So the first thing I do, let's go ahead and make sure that I'm on my A build. You can see all the complaints. Okay, so I'm on my rifle build. So I'm going to fix these numbers. So let's see, this one was 6. I'm going to take the ones down first. 5, 8, 9. Okay, so this one goes up to 8. This one goes up to 15. This one goes up to, let's see, what's wrong here? Okay, 5, and then 9. Okay, so let's compare these. 8, 5, 6, 4, 5, 9, 9. Looks good. All right, so now that we're there, we're going to hit enter to accept it. And I'm just going to escape to get out of here. And what we're going to find is that we have all sorts of messes, because if I hit 1 on my keyboard, or 2, or 3, it's chaos, right? There's all sorts of missing cards. There's not enough room to slot them, and it's just chaos. And of course, you can just erase all those messages by going back out. And what I mean by the HUD version is that if you see, like if I go here and I load a slot, usually what happens is you see the name here on the HUD, but it's not working now for some reason. I don't know if it's because it's errored out or because it's just not compatible with the most recent, update. And that's fine. At least I know in my head that I'm on a DPS 18 when I hit 1, right? I don't have to be reminded by seeing the text below my name over here. Does it show up for a moment? No. Okay, but it would show up normally in this area of the screen when the map is not on, maybe down here in the lower corner. I don't remember exactly. I think it's below the health bar. But anyway, oh look, my improved health bar is working. That's nice. With the segments, the mod. Okay, so what are we doing next? Now we're going through and we're going to try to update these legendary perk cards. So this one needs to be 4, this one needs to go to 4, and this one needs to go to 4. So to do that, I need a lot of perk points. Fortunately, because I was sort of building for this, I was preparing for this, I have 116 perk packs to open. Now, the delightful thing that I figured out, I think it was yesterday morning, was that when you open perk packs, you do have a chance to get ghoul cards, even if you've never done the ghoul quest line. And you have a chance to get animated ghoul cards. So I'm going to open all my perk packs all at once. You can only open it 100 at a time, I think. So there's that set. And I'm going to open those. Another 16. So lots of gum. Look at all the gum we're going to get from this. Look at all the gum. So if you ever need gum, perk packs, stock them up. You got alternative flavors. Hopefully you have like maybe a character that you keep all this stuff on, maybe using a friend to move things around. But man, if you need bubble gum, that's a way to do it. All right, so what did we end up with? We're gonna have to go through here and sort these. And what I recommend is to unload, do these one category at a time. So I'm gonna go through all my strength cards. And I have a few goals that I'm trying to hit while doing this. One, I like the animated cards. So I want to keep at least a max rank animated and maybe a lower rank animated. So what does that mean? Well, I have this Arms Keeper that's animated, and I like that. I'm going to keep that card because I know I'm going to use Arms Keeper on some of my builds, maybe even all of them, just to lower my weight. But it's going to be a rank 2 Arms Keeper. Okay, I figured this was going to happen. Let's go ahead and kill all these guys that show up. You can see, even though I'm sort of like a mishmash of build right now, I can still kill well because I'm just built well generally. Thank goodness, right? Just you get some good gear, get a good weapon, and you can still do some decent damage even with a chaos mess of perk cards. All right, so now that we're back, that should be 4. 4 enemies will attack your camp soon after you land on a world. Okay, so now that we're here, I've unequipped all my strength cards. Now we're back here. Now I'm looking for animated cards. That's my first priority. I want to keep animated cards if I can. Now I'm since this is not my main, on my main I'm OCD about this. I keep every rank of every card that is animated. So in this case, I would go like this. I would scrap this rank 2 Bandolier because I have a rank 1. And what I would do is I would go and buy a Bandolier, right? A fresh Bandolier. And so now what I have is a rank 1 and 2 rank 1s here. And I would equip one of these, then level this up, making sure that one of the 2 on the left was not animated, so I don't want to eat both animated cards. Animated, non-animated makes an animated. So now I end up with both animated, a 1 and a 2. That's a nice way to protect a card, is just slot it in your slots up here and it won't be used when you're scrapping. So we'll get back to that. So now I have a 2 and a 1, but on this character, I'm not as OCD about keeping one of every rank. So I'm just going to crunch the Lobby and equip the high B. We'll also equip this one just because I don't want to accidentally look at it again and do something with it. Arms of Steel, it's animated. I want to keep that. Bear Arms, I don't care about. I'm not a heavy gun builder. If I ever need heavy guns, I will go buy the cards using the 238 points that I have down here. So I'm going to crunch this, crunch this, crunch this. I do use Blocker, so I want to keep that. This I'm not going to keep because I can always rebuy it, and it's not animated, so I don't care about non-animated ghoul cards, for instance. 1, 2, and 3. You can see I'm stacking up some perk coins, so I'll be able to rank up those other cards. I'm not a melee build here, or definitely not a one-handed melee build, so I'm going to crunch these. They're not animated. Now, Heavy Gunner. Not a Heavy Gunner build, but I'm going to hold on to this because it's animated. I might want to do some Heavy Gunner stuff later, so I'll hold on to that. I'm not a shotgun user, but if it was animated, I would keep at least one of them. Now, I am a slugger build when I'm on my raid. 1 second. Sorry, my wife had a question. So I muted the mic for a second. All right, so I don't know what I'm going to do exactly with the slugger cards, so I am going to rank this one up to 2 for now, just in case I need a rank 2. So I have a 2 and a 3, because I use those for my raid build when I'm going into the raid, right? Using the Ian Guardian, the auto axe on the Guardian. So I sort of want to keep these on the back burner for the moment. I'll get back to them with the raid build. Once I finish with all the A definitions, I'll do the 2B ones. Okay, so full charge. I don't ever use this, I think, but it's animated. It's a 1-star. I'll keep it. I'm not going to upgrade it outright, but I'll just hold it in the background like I did the Arms Keeper. All right, so Gladiator. I don't do one-handed weapons. Incisor, I only use a rank 2. That I know just from memory because of the way the build was. I went to great pains to try to optimize, balance the Incisor versus the Sluggers, and I came out with having more points in Slugger was better than having 3 points in Incisor. It was a bit of a test. Okay, I don't do punching attacks. I don't use unarmed fist weapons or whatever, but I'll hold on to this because it's animated. I don't use heavy guns, so I'll just crunch all these non-animated cards. I don't use martial artist because you don't need that for the auto axe. One-handed weapons, nope. We're accruing lots of perk points. It's very nice. All right, no heavy gunner perks. Master Slugger I'll hold on to, again, auto axe. Now I do know, because of the other characters that I've done, that I need both a 1 and a 2-star Ordnance Express. Pack Rat. It'd be nice to have an animated rank 2, because that's all I'll ever use. So I will rank this one up to 2 and get rid of... Okay, now, Normally, well, I'll just show this. If you want to protect this card, slot it. That way, when you're scrapping the others, there's no chance it'll swap to this one as you're scrapping. It's not a big deal if they're different ranks. In fact, I didn't need to do that. I just wanted to show you it's a good practice to get into. Okay, I don't use Pain Train. Portable Power, I only use a rank 2. Scattershot, okay, I don't use shotguns, but if I ever did, I want an animated card. Now here's where it matters. Now I'll show you why. If I crunch this one, watch what happens. It's going to select the animated one next, even though I have an extra one, or watch it not do it. But if I scrap this, notice how they swapped places. It's really devious, the way it does this. You have to basically watch very carefully when you're scrapping animated versus non-animated cards. So the way you protect yourself again, slot it up here and it won't accidentally select it. It won't swap it on you. I'm gonna hold on to this one. I'm gonna rank it up to 2. That way I have a 2 and a 3. I forget which ones I need later on for the raid build. I will keep, wow, look at that, 7 cards. I will keep one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Sturdy Frame, I'm only gonna keep the 2-star. I'm gonna go slowly so it's not gonna switch it, I don't think, but just in case. I only use a 2-star. Traveling Pharmacy, again, be careful, don't scrap the wrong one. And Wrecking Ball, since it's only 1 scrap, it will switch to this one because it's the only one left, but I don't care because, there we go. All right, so we're up to 108 points, or perk coins. Now we're in here, I don't use bows, but just in case, I'll hold on to Archer. Now here's one of those situations where it's gonna bounce back and forth. So I'm gonna undo this one. I'm gonna slot this one so it's not gonna accidentally select it when I scrap this one, and it goes right to the non-animated versions. It's very important to do that. Slot it so you don't lose it. Now I can't slot this one because I'm not a ghoul, but I can just scrap the one, and there we go. We're left with the animated one. Now I do know I will be using a rank 3 Butcher Bounty in my forage build, but I'll deal with that later. Commando. I need at least a rank 1 and a rank 2. I'll come back to these once I start finessing the actual builds. I don't remember if I need a 2 and a 3 or a 1 and a 2 and a 3, but I'll deal with that later. All right, Concentrated Fire. Here's another situation. I want to slot this, and now I can scrap all of these and not have to worry that I'm gonna like crunch them. And I don't ever use more than one because I just don't. And if I needed a rank 2, I would just have I would update this to my highest rank so the highest rank is animated, and then let the lower ranks not be animated. I'm not using pistols yet. Expert Commando, again, I'm gonna come back to the Commando cards. I don't know what I'm gonna do there. All right, again, Expert Picklock. I don't want to crunch the wrong card. So I'll slot that. So I've got an animated slotted, and I'll do this, and now I've protected that one. Exterminator, I don't do that one. I don't know anyone who does. Fire in the Hole, I'll keep rank 1 of that. Fortune Finder, there's only 1 of each, so I'll just scrap the non-animated. Glowing Sight, I never use. I don't know anyone who does. Glowing Hunter, not animated. Green Thumb, I will slot that so I don't accidentally crunch my last animated one, then I'll just go ahead and crunch all the others. Grenadier, I never use rank 1, so I'll just crunch and crunch. Since they're not animated, if I accidentally crunched the rank 2, I could always rebuy it. It's no big deal. Ground Pounder, I only ever use a rank 3, so I will get rid of all the rank 1s. Not animated, so not a big deal if I scrap the wrong one. Don't use bows. Master Commando, I will come back to the Commando cards later. Master Picklock, I'm gonna slot the animated one and crunch the others, including the animated one. I'll keep animated Night Eyes. I'm going to scrap all my Night Person. I'm gonna scrap the extra one there. I'm gonna slot this one. So animated Perceptibobble, scrap my non-animated one and my animated one. Slot this, scrap the 4 non-animated. Since this one's slotted, I'm protected from accidentally having it swap back and forth between the animated and non-animated. Goodbye Rad Reaver. Goodbye Spare Refractors. Rifleman, I'm going to slot this one. I don't ever play a rifle build, but I do want to keep the animated perk just in case some point in the future I do want a rifle build. I don't do shotguns, so get rid of that. Again, sniper I won't use right now, but I will hold the animated one in limbo just in case. Tank killer, I only ever use a rank 3. So now we're up to 214 perk coins. Do the same thing over here. Just proceeding as safely as we can. I'll remove all of these. That way they become part of this selection pool. I don't use adamantium skeleton. I do use Aqua Boy, so I will protect the animated one, or one of the animated ones. I will protect my Bloodsucker card. I don't use Cannibal. I've tested it, not impressed. Not animated. I only use a rank 3 Chem Fiend, so I'll scrap those. I can always rebuy that if I need it. I can always rebuy these if I need them. Now I do want I only ever use a rank 3 Fireproof, and I do want it to be animated, so I will scrap my non-animated Fireproof, then use this one to ensure that I'm getting an animated result. There we go. Now I have an animated Fireproof. I'll go put that there for safety. Glowing Gut is not animated, so I will scrap all 4. Good Doggy, I will scrap the non-animated. I never use this either, but, you know, now I want the animated one, maybe, someday. Homebody, that's a dumb card. No one should ever use it. Hydrofix is nice, and I use that in my raid build, so I will upgrade this to an animated 1-star and 2-star. Except, no, I would never use the 1-star, so I'll scrap that. Iron Stomach, sadly not animated, so I'll keep 1. Lead Belly, I will hold on to that. I never use it, but I do want to keep an animated version of it, just in case. I do use Life Giver, so I will protect that one. Scrap the non-animated. I'm going to pull these back out because I need more space there. So Life Giver is where I left off, right? Yeah. So let's save this one, and let's level this up because I would never use a 1-star. Whoops. I want the animated one protected. Okay, now I can scrunch these down. Excellent. Natural resistance is good. Rad resistant, I want an animated one. So scrap the animated, non-animated. I want to save my Radicool, so scrap the non-animated ones and not let it bounce. Now I do use both a 1- and 2-star rejuvenated. The reason you would want both is if you're a low health build, but also a high health build. This was one of the cards that was changed. So the way it works is with only 1 star, you gain increased benefits from being well fed and hydrated. This works very well with a low health build. With a high health build, you would slot the 2-star. So even more increased benefits if you have less than 10% rad. So if you're not unyielding, low health, whatever. Full health build, this is the card you slot. Massive benefits. So I'm going to save this one because this is animated. This is animated, so I'll scrunch this one and this one. And I'm, again, looking very carefully, making sure I'm not doing the wrong one. All right, I don't use Revenant. Animated. I don't use this one, not animated. I do use Starch Gene, so I'll save the animated one. Scrap the non-animated. Sunkissed. Are either of these animated? Okay, this one's animated, so I'll be very careful. Let's scrap this one. The ghoul ones I've noticed don't bounce back and forth, which is good, because I can't slot them to protect them at this point. I do use Through Hiker, but I only ever use it rank 2, so get rid of the rank 1s. Vaccinated I rarely use, but I'll hold on to it just in case. We're up to 338 points. That's nice. Now we're on to Charisma. I never use Animal Friend on this account, or on this character. Nope, no any epidemic. I do use bodyguards in one of my builds just to fill a position. Like I have nothing else to throw there on one of my, I think the raid one or the support one. So I'm just like, well, I'll just throw that in there. So I will keep that. I don't ever use this, but I will save that because it's animated, and animated is fun. Feral Presence, non-animated, goodbye. Friendly Fire, I do use a rank 3 of this on all my builds and public events in case I need to do the heal, NPCs. All right, that's animated. Excellent. No animated Happy Camper. I would never use a rank 1. I'll put that in there just to prolong my food. I do want to animated Hard Bargain. 1, 2, 3. You're seeing the pattern here where to protect it, slot it. Healing Hands, I only have 2, so I'll just scrap the non-animated. Injector, I will not keep all these ranks, but I will keep 1. I don't ever revive players, generally. I'm not very often in public events, and if I did, I would have that in there, maybe. But I don't even have it on my public events build. Now, I will have to come back and get a rank 2 happy-go-lucky, but I'll deal with that later. Inspirational, definitely want the animated inspirational card. So that's protected. I can just scrap the rest of these and not worry about losing my animated one. See, there it is. Lone Wanderer, no one should ever use this card ever because you should always be at least in your own private public group. I will protect Magnetic Personality. Scrunch this one. Actually, let's just go ahead and upgrade this to 2. There we go. Rank 2 Magnetic Personality. If I ever need a rank 1, I'll buy it. Animated. Scrap the non-animated. Oh, it did switch. Look at that. See how that switched on me? Stupid game. And now it switched again. Be very careful when you have an animated card. Don't scrap the wrong one. And I can't protect it annoyingly because I'm not a ghoul. I'm hitting spacebar, nothing happens, right? It's even grayed out because it's locked, so screw me. Philanthropist. Okay, I am going to use this card in my support build, so I will want this to be rank 3. I know that for a fact because I did it on 3 other characters. I don't do this one. I don't do this one. No one should use this because you should have Speed Demon instead. And Speed Demon is as fast as you can go. That's the Speed Demon mutation. I will slot Strange in Numbers and scrunch the others. I'm actually not using Suppressor, shockingly, because I don't really prioritize my Charisma stack. Instead, I use Tenderizer. So there's that. I don't use Team Medic. I do use Tenderizer. Sadly, no animated version. I do want my animated travel agent in here so that I can scrunch the non-animated versions. Look at that. It just jumped over on me. That's so annoying. Just be really careful when you're scrunching cards. Okay. So animated. The rest of these are fine. On to intelligence. Armorer. I usually don't craft anything on other characters, but I'll keep a rank 1 of this just in case. I do want batteries included to be rank 2, so let's undo this and make sure I rank up. I gotta scrap this first. Rank up the animated version. There we go. And then I can scrunch the non-animated version, being careful as I do so. Not animated. Not animated. Animated. So let's scrunch rank 2 contractor, go buy a new one, because I know this is a card that I use a lot when I'm doing things at my camp or in a workshop. Excellent. Animated. Love it. I don't ever use Demolition Expert on these characters. I may eventually if I do like the West Tech grenade stuff, but I'm not going to use it for now. And I don't use it in public events either, even though I use an explosive weapon, because my explosive fixer is just for tagging. And I don't want to do a lot of damage because I don't like when the mutated public events have the reflective effect. You can really hurt yourself if you pump your damage way up. Like you can insta-kill yourself. like in one shot if you do massive amounts of damage. So I'm basically just a lowly participant, even on my main. I just shoot around and I tag things, just a little bit for you, a little bit for you, a little bit for you, and I let other players do most of the damage. Okay, nothing animated there. I will protect this. This is good for the raid. I will protect this. Animated, yay. Fix it good, nothing animated. So I less stress in crunching. I don't think I have any other character with an animated gunsmith. That's nice. Okay, so let's level. Will it pick the animated one? No, it doesn't. Okay. Let's scrap these so it forces it to use the animated one. And then I'll rebuy the gun. Get that to 5 because I need a 5 and a 2. So I'll buy 2 more and rank them up. So I have a gunsmith rank 2 and a gunsmith rank 5. I just know that from doing this on the other characters. All right, so a 2 and a 5, and the 5 is animated. Finally, an animated gunsmith card. So I think it's the first time I've seen that. So we'll protect the animated hacker, crunch the other ones. Good. I don't use pipe weapons, but I'll keep the animated card. I'm not a ghoul. I'll keep the animated card. I keep makeshift warrior rank 5 for the raid. I will scrunch the non-animated master hacker. Pharmacist, I'll keep one of those. Power user, I need a rank 3 and a rank 2. So I will rank this one up to 2 and then to 3. Power smith, I don't craft on these characters, only on the master crafter, so that gets crunched, that gets animated. I will go by the rank 2 power user later. I don't hack enemy robots on this character. Anything esoteric like that I will only do on my main, and usually only on the main account. Science, I don't use energy weapons that much, so I'll just crunch the non-animated. This one is not animated. I will crunch all 4. Really? It's not animated? For some reason, my brain is seeing this one and this one. It gets like tricked into thinking this one's animated too. Okay, so save this one. Crunch, 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 crunch. I'm not using heavy guns. I already have a rank 3, which I use in the raid. I already have an animated rank 3. That's all I would ever use. Done with intelligence. Now, agility. I have to do this on 10 characters, by the way. Let's see, Action Boy. Let's just undo all these. Let's see what we have. I already have rank 3 Action Boy. I don't think I have any builds that use less than 3, so I'll crunch those. Animated Action Ghoul. Scrap the non-animated. 1-star Adrenaline is all I need. Born Survivor. I do need a rank 3 and a rank 2, so I'll go ahead and make my rank 3 here. Ammo Smith should be rank 2 only. Sorry, I'm starting to get parched. Let me mute and have some water. In the form of crunchy ice. Water in the form of crunchy ice. Yay, hydrated. I was getting parched from talking so much. I probably will use Covert Operative. I forget if I do or not. I don't use Dead Man Sprinting. I don't use shotguns. Goodbye. I do want to save my Escape Artist, the animated version. Now I can just crunch and not worry. Evasive. That's a good card. I will keep it. Goat legs, not animated. I never use that. If I needed that, I would just use power armor. Gun Fu, I only use 1 rank. Gun Runner, I don't use, but I will keep it. Whoops. Let's save the animated one. Wow, look at this. This is going to bounce back and forth. I just know it. I'm waiting for a moment. Yep, there he goes. There it goes again. So now I'm animated. Gunslinger, I'm not using this one surprisingly. I might later on, after I, you know, figure things out or other people figure things out, like this is your best possible build. It's worth sacrificing, you know, this point over here to get this over here, that kind of a thing. But I'm not convinced yet. I'm not convinced that this is my, or sorry, I'm not convinced, yeah, okay, that this is the best possible card, but I'll hold on to it because I think one of my builds uses it. I think the, I think my support build uses it, or maybe the PA rifle build uses it. Because when I'm wearing power armor, I'm not at stealth, so I remove like sneak and some of those other stealthy cards, and that's when I slot in like gunslinger expert and things. So I'll hold on to that. We'll see that later. Hyper reflexes, Jaguar speed, non-animated. 2 animated, I'll scrap 1, because I won't keep, you know. In fact, not come to think of it, I would never keep this because I have Speed Demon. Why would I ever need anything else? You just don't. You don't need any other speed ups other than Speed Demon. All right, this one I do want to keep. And I want it to be animated. This one I will never use, but I will hold on to the animated card. This I will use as a rank 2. Let's see, pistols, no, I don't use pistols. And if I ever needed this card, I would just rebuy it. Moving target, I don't need. Ninja, I will keep this just because it's animated. I'll keep that one animated. I'll keep this one animated, but only one of them. And no animated sneak cards, so I'll just scrap these lower ones because I would never use them. White Knight I almost never use. I think I'm using it in my camp build, maybe. But I'll buy more cards if I need to. Now on to the last one. You can see these perk coins add up, man, when you're scrimping all these annoying duplicates and things that I would never use. Okay, so let's let's go back. Let's go over to Class Freak real quick and fix this because no animated Class Freak. Okay, let's put this back in. That way I can not have my health do weird things. All right, so back over here. I'm still recording, right? Make sure nothing's going wrong. Yep, I've got sound. Everything's good. Okay, so animated. Bloody Mess. I know I need a rank 3. I'll scrap the other 2. If I need one, I'll buy it again. I know I used to have a rank 1 Bloody Mess in some of my builds. But if I need it, I'll put it back in. I'll go buy it. Okay, better criticals. I do want this to be rank 3. Can do. I'll scrap the non-animated. Critical Savvy. Nice. I do know that one of my builds some of my builds use a 3, some use a 2, so I'll just rank this up. And then I'll get rid of the rank 1. So now I have a 2 and a 3. Curator, yes, I'll take the animated, thank you. Well, let's see here. Oh, my sister sent me something. What did she send me? She's texting me something. Doing that now. Let's see here. Earlier in this current stream, I opened perk packs. Okay, I'm assuming she's watching. I'll just keep that up just in case she replies. Okay. Yeah, that's why I have so many duplicates, is because I opened perk packs. 116 of them. Okay, so where was I? I don't want to make a mistake. So 2, 3, Dry Nurse I don't use. Faulty Spots is animated. I'll save one of them. 4-Leaf Clover, I do use that on some builds. Good with Salt, yeah, I'll put that in there. That way my food doesn't spoil it. I've got in me. Not in me, but on me. I don't use this. I don't use Last Laugh. The bridge thing to convert then work. Yeah. Oh, note. I am trying to protect the animated versions of cards from auto-swapping when crunching by slotting them. There we go. So like this one I want to protect, so now I can just go boom, boom, boom. And then of course it went to Mysterious Savior. Thank goodness I stopped when I did. Stupid game. Well, that was my bad because I ran out of luck of the draw cards. So let's go ahead and remove this one, remove this one. Mysterious Savior is animated. I'll hold on to that. Mysterious Stranger is not. Mystery Meat, I will save. Then Crunch, 1, 2, 1. There we go. Pull it back out. One Gun Army, I don't use because I'm not heavy gunner normally. Psychopath, I don't use. Quick Hands, I don't use. Ricochet, I use, but I only need one. Scrounger, I'll keep. Serendipity, I only need one. Storm Chaser, I'll protect, then Crunch the non-animated. Super Duper, crunch this one. Crunch the non-animated. Notice how it swapped. Yay, Woodchucker's animated. Okay, now I have 770 points, so let's see what we can do here. So, boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Nice. And I have 20 left over. So now if I go 1, now they'll all slot, but now it's going to complain if it can't find a card that it needs. So I do need to rank this one up. So I'll go pick a perk and level that up. So now if I come out and come back in, we'll see that that error went away. Now I need a rank 3 commando. So now I can go in here and rank this up to 3. And now my primary DPS build, it's all fixed. Let's go to the travel build and see what complains. Nothing, good. Forage build, Butcher's Bounty. Rank 3 was not found. Remember I told you about that? So now I need to rank this one up. So I'll go buy 2 more of these. All right. Now let's go all the way out. Hit 3 for Forage and Cap Collector. That's all I need now. And I believe you can see right away where that would fit because there's 1 unused point in Luck. So I can just go pick a perk, go all the way over to Luck, and pick Cap Collector. Go all the way out, come back in, hit 3. Bingo, perfect. Go to Definition 4 by hitting the 4 key. And now Commando rank 2 was not found. So I'll fix that, whoops. I'll fix that in here by buying another Commando card. And it should let me rank up, there we go. Because I knew I had 1 in reserve. Okay, so that's that. And now Born Survivor, because I had a 1 already, but then I used 2 more cards to rank that up to 3, right? So now I have to go buy another Born Survivor card. And now 4 is complete. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So then I have 5, which is when I'm in power armor using a rifle, like in a nuke zone or wherever else I would happen to go. So now I need Commando rank 1. Remember how I was using those Commando cards? So I need a Commando 1, 2, and 3, depending on what build I'm in. So let's fix this. Go back in. This is where we're going over to the Guerrilla card. So a Guerrilla Master and a Guerrilla Expert. Do I have like the lower versions of them and it's not finding them, the higher ones? No, okay, so I'll just go buy it. Guerrilla Master. It's really confusing how they're named. They're not consistent between up here and down here. All right, Guerrilla. So it's Expert Guerrilla. And this one's Guerrilla Expert, right? Okay. So this one's named correctly, but the other one's not. It's really confusing. All right, so let's see how we are now. So when I go to my power rifle, there we go. The missing 5 points are right there. All right, now let's go to Utility, which is what I use when I'm just needing to either carry a lot or pick locks or hack terminals. This is my build, just a general utility build, not really for combat. Then my camp build, which is for repairing and just chilling in my camp. Notice Happy Camper. And now I need White Knight for repairing things. So now I can go in here, go to Agility, go all the way over to W, White Knight, rank it to 2, because I already had 1. Buy 1 more, rank 3. Excellent. Okay, so that's all the A's. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus key, which is number 11, and then equal key, which is number 12. This is across the top of the keyboard, right? Not the keypad. Keypad is not used for this. Now I have to fix 7, 8, and 10. So to do that, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to Raid. I'm going to go to Edit Special, and I need to make them look like this. So 15, 1, 10, 4, 15, 1, 10. So 15, 1, 10, 4, 15, 1, 10. Excellent. So I'll go into here. Actually, I'm just going to go all the way out because I don't need to actually be in there. I'll hit 7 and see what complains. All right, so power user rank 2. Let's see, chem resistant is over here. I need 2 of those. Rank it up. Get all the way back out. Hit it again. Now it's just complaining about power user, and we can see where those cards would go. So power user, I think, is intelligence. Yep, because I'm using a rank 3 and a rank 2, depending on how many slots I have available. I could equip a rank 4 makeshift warrior or do some other thing, but honestly, the problem is that field surgeon used to be over here in charisma, and now it's over here. So you sort of have to sacrifice a bit here to make room for things that you would want, like power user. I would love to put a rank 3 here, but I can't anymore. I used to, but field surgeon got in the way. Thank you, Bethesda. Now the last thing is junk shield, and that's under luck. So we'll go over to luck. There we go. And now we're good. Now PA utility. This is the equivalent of my utility one over here, except I'm not doing all the... This is more like a power armor friendly utility where it's mostly for carry weight, or if I just need to be in the camp. That's what I go to utility for here. So what are we missing? Barbarian rank 1. You can always tell where it's missing because of the where it says unused point. So now if I go to 8, now we're good. Okay, so now we're going to go to support. And I need to go redefine these so that they are 15, 2, 3, 9, 15, 6, and 6. And of course, I figured that out through trial and error and testing things on Nukes and Dragon. There we go. So now we are 15, 2, 3, 9, 15, 6, and 6. Hit enter to accept it. Get out of here. And now if I go to 0, nothing complained. I'm done on this character. Yay. And I still have 217 perk points to use to pick out ghoul perks if I ever want to become a ghoul. Or if I need more points to, move cards around, or if I want to upgrade taking one for the team, Because there's sometimes where I might want to remove this card and slot... Where is it? I just went right past it, didn't I? Oh, wait. Oh, interesting. Okay, I did have taking one for the team. So let's unequip this. And I'll go taking one for the team. Interesting. I forgot that I did that. That's because I was in the raid. So this is a good chance to equip. Did I unequip it? There we go. Okay. Oh, it is already 4. Okay, good. Or wait, no, that's the one I had. Unequip. Now I'll go and equip follow through. I want this one to be 4. So now what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to go buy a ton of cards to do this. I'm not gonna do all that now, but what I do is I have a macro set up using my my Logitech mouse that just hits spacebar over and over again. So what I usually do is I just go and buy Aqua Boys or Aqua Girls. And so I can just go here and hold the keybind. It'll just do this over and over and over again. Let's see, my wife texted me something. Ah, yes. And I'm just holding this button on the mouse and it just keeps spamming the space bar. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'll just show you, you know, the process here that I use. I'll just do enough to get to rank 3. So I need 100 points. So that would be 50 cards minus the coins I already have. Isn't this fun? Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Now, the reason I'm using this Nukes and Dragon method, right, is because, as you can see here, shift 1, 2, 3, whatever, this part is broken without the SFE DLL, or it's not named that, but it's the SFE mod is what they call it. And there's a guy named Keratus, or a programmer whose coder name is Keratus, who post like 10 really good mods onto the Nukes and Dragon, like really good programmer. And he's the one that maintains SFE, and he just gets around to it when he gets around to it. So this is sort of a workaround. Otherwise, I could do all this, you know, re-architecting of my entire perk loadouts without even going outside the game. But the right side still works, which is good. Okay, let's see how many we have. And I have the animated one equipped, right? Yeah. I also have a keybind for this, but I'm not going to use it, where it just does F space, F space, F space, F space, over and over again. All right, so I'm at 91. I need just a few more. I need 5 more to get to the next rank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I can go in here and upgrade this to rank 3. I'll do the others later on. I'll come back around to do that. I'm not going to do it right now. 3 is enough for just this character for the moment. Oh, look, a ghoul. What's a ghoul doing up there? That's weird. He's just sort of ambling. He's traveling. He's just enjoying the countryside. Good for him. So anyway, that's how I do it. That's how I go through and figure out my builds. You can take from that whatever you want. You could do your own thing, of course, but that's how I do it, and I hope that helps some people. And if not, then that's okay too. Maybe you hate my content. I don't care. See ya. Bye.